using a webcam, which is this webcam right here. I would use my DSLR, however, I do not have an SD card or reader on my desktop. So until I get an SD card reader, I won't be able to utilize my DSLR. So until then, we will be trying to use this sort of setup with my webcam. In the background, if you hear strange noises like thumping or jingling, it's my dogs. There's a storm blowing over our house right now, and my dogs are freaking out, and they're really, really hyper, even though it's late at night. So, if you hear that noise in the background, I'm sorry. They're in a different room. They're just really loud. So, I have some things with me today, and I'm gonna go through those and show you. But first, I'd like to start by lighting a candle. I feel like it always helps me calm down and center myself if I'm feeling a little bit lost. And plus, it just smells good. So, the candle that I have chosen to use today is this candle. It says Daily Essence Happy Vegan Soy Wax Blend, Sweet Orange, and Lemon. The jar is really pretty. It's very simplistic. And then as I roll it onto its side, oops, wrong way. As I roll it onto its side, you can see that I've purchased this at Marshall's. Marshall's and TJ Maxx are where I get the vast majority of my candles, just because they have such a wide selection and you can find any scent at any time of the year. It says, poured in Huntington Beach, California, 92649, made in small batches with U.S. vegetable wax. Burn time is approximately 40 hours. And it looks like it's from the Leoben Company. Leoben Company. And as you can see, I've only lit it probably once, maybe twice. So we're gonna go ahead and light it today. I do not have a traditional lighter with me. What I have instead is something equally cool, or at least I think is equally cool, which is this. You're probably looking at that and you're like, what is that? Well, it's a reusable and rechargeable lighter. It charges with a, oops, I don't know if that'll focus. I don't know if I can get it to focus. There we go. Charges with a Type-C USB cord. And you turn it on by pressing this upwards, and then you can see these lights turn on. And when I press the power button, which is right here, I might have to cut out the noise because to me it's a very loud, high frequency, but I don't know how well it'll be picked up on the mic. So when you press the power button, you'll see, and don't worry, the distance from this to this is, they're not going to touch each other. So when you press it, you can hear it. It's like, tss. So all we're gonna do is just how you light a normal candle, just like that. And we're gonna go ahead and turn it off. Then as you can see, or perhaps you can't, let me turn off this light right here. Oh, no, I said off. Then, yep. As you can see, we just have the candle right here, and I'm gonna set that aside in a safe place. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you what else I have with me. I have a Dr. Pepper, because Dr. Pepper is very addicting. And then I also have some other things with me. And now tape actually has some gold accents on it, which is very cool. And speaking of accents, this bullet journal is very cool because it is a reflective, almost iridescent sort of rainbow oil slick is what I was trying to say. Oil slick, a sort of material that is beneath the paperback jacket. So I have this bullet journal, and if you're wondering where I got this at Hobby Lobby, probably about 6 months ago. No, 8 months ago. So I'm not sure if they still have it, but I did get it at Hobby Lobby. So I got that. I have the washi tape. I brought a pen with me. It's this one right here. It's not focusing. Oh dear. Why are we not focusing? There we go. It is this. I'm holding it the wrong way. It is this pen. It is a 0.5 needle tip marker. I've also gone ahead and brought some Tombow markers with me. These are the pastel markers, and I'll go through them with you. Also, I just noticed I still have soil under my nails. Earlier, I was transplanting some cucumbers that I'm trying to grow, so I have some of the soil from the transplantation process. So, we have this pretty light blue marker. This is the color 451. I don't know if it'll focus. Let me go ahead and move the journal out of the way. So we have the Tombow 451. We have the Tombow 620. The Tombow 243. The Tombow 723. The Tombow 452. The Tombow 062. The Tombow 553. The Tombow 991. The Tombow 761. And the Tombow N00. Now these are water-based markers that are double-sided. They have a brush tip and a fine point tip, and I'll show you what they look like. There's the brush tip, and then here's the fine point tip. They're popular within the journaling community, largely due to the color selection and the fact that they're double-ended. You can purchase these online, I believe at Hobby Lobby. I purchased these at Michael's because Michael's usually has good coupons. I purchased this one in a set, but I believe you can also purchase them individually. So, if you're interested, that's what they are. With me, I also have brought some of my pens. In here are random pens like this woolly glitter gel pen, this Papermate swatch them individually. For those who aren't familiar with Copic markers, they are a high quality marker from Japan, and they are also double-sided. However, instead of a fine point tip, they have a chisel tip like this. And instead of these being water-based, they are alcohol-based. They have a brush end on one side, and they blend beautifully. If you are sensitive to scents, I would recommend the Tombow markers. If you want pigment and blending, I would definitely recommend the Copic markers. And Copic markers are really good quality. I've had the vast majority of these Copic markers probably going back to about 2015, and they are still in good condition. And I used them daily in my sketchbooks with low quality paper that just sucked up the ink, and they are still going perfectly fine. The nibs are good quality, the ink is good quality, the pigment lasts forever. Sorry, I'm just a big fanboy of Copic markers. Anyway, let's get started. So, my inspiration that I'm planning to go through for tonight is I'm planning to do a reading tracker because I've been reading a lot recently. So, I'm trying to be careful about how I open this because there's some stuffies. So, this is the first page, and as you can see, I have some spreads here. You can see that the first page was done in October. It was actually October 1st. So, yeah. This is the next page, like this. This is my habit tracker, and as you can see, I just stopped using it 2 days in. Oops. This is the next page. I always went all out when I did these spreads, and I think that's what burned me out, is the fact that I used so many mediums at once. It was just too much. We're just gonna go ahead and pretend that page doesn't exist. So, like that. And then I'm going to take the darker marker like that, and then I'm going to take the N00 blender and here's the thing, I don't know if this is a blender. This could be an eraser, like an eraser type of thing, but we're gonna go ahead and use it as a blender. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put like that. And then the thing that I've learned with okay, like, see that? That's ugly. But I like the boldness. Oh no, it bled through. That's another thing with Copic markers, is that they will bleed through whatever you are doing. They do not care. So, you see, we're gonna try new things here. I now know that I don't like this dark blue outline. So, I now know for the future that I'm not gonna do a dark blue outline again. Take another piece of washi tape. Put a piece right there. I think what I want to do is do some, let's see, reading log. I think I'm going to do, let's see, do I want to do months? I could do months. Or do I want to do, I don't know. Let's do it for June. Let's do the reading log for June. So I'm gonna put June, like that. Then I'm just going to accent it like that. And then this is also kind of hard to see because I'm having to look over my microphone. So I'm actually gonna tilt this and I'm gonna go with okay, let's see. Oh my god. I'm not sure that I like the angled, like, the degree of the angle that I chose, but we now know that we won't go with this angle like this in the future. Like I said, it's not a mistake because you are learning what you like and dislike. And this is art, and there are no mistakes in art. So, and also one thing I would like to say is that you don't have to have all of these supplies to pull a journal. You don't have to have anything except a piece of paper and a pen. And I will actually show you what I mean by that. So, I'm gonna go ahead and move these out of the way. And I'm going to grab just a pen that I have, which is this blue pen. Actually, let's make sure that it has ink in it. Let's test it. It does. Wonderful. Okay. So, to help verbalize things that you're feeling and things you've experienced to share with others or not share with others. You don't always have to share your art, but it's a way to help process and understand things that we experience in a healthy way. And you don't need lots of supplies for that. You don't need any special requirements or experience for that, because it's art, and nothing you create as art can be wrong, because it is a way to express yourself and to navigate your thoughts. This pen is dying, but that's okay. Okay, so as you can see, the vast majority of stuff I added was just with a simple pen. So, also I just realized it's June 22nd, but I've read more than 3 books this month, and I'll probably add 1 or 2 more before the month ends. So there's not really enough room right here, but that's okay. Now we know for the future that we're gonna add more areas to our next reading log. So I'm just adding little clouds in here, because this spread feels very dreamy. And even though I'm not super in love with the spread, I'm really happy that I'm taking the time to do it, because it feels good to just scribble and doodle on paper, and it's very pleasant. So if you are thinking about getting into bullet journaling or any type of journaling, and you're waiting for something to happen, or you're waiting until you have the right supplies or the right thing to journal about, don't just do